Finbar Furey, I remember you singing this song, Ma. Irish Songs and Episode 151. I am Rod Murphy, and this is Growing Up Poor in Irish Boston, a series of my 1950s era Irish Boston songs, history, jokes, and stories. Dublin's Finbar Furey is one of a kind. People love him immediately, even before he performs. His craggy face shows the results of a likely history of tears, hard times, and pain. His singing voice brings to mind the roaring lion at the beginning of the MGM movies, but heavily toned down and with a warm Irish brogue. He presents as having great character and as everyone's favorite grandfather. With his three brothers, Paul, George, and Eddie, they were a dynasty of musicians from Dublin. The Fureys are considered one of the most influential Irish folk groups of the late 20th century and are highly respected, particularly among audiences who value traditional Irish ballad singing and musicianship. Ted Furey, their father, was also a respected traditional musician and heavily influenced their musical upbringing. An unusual fact about the Fureys is they were members of the Irish Travellers, or what's called Tinkers. Irish Travellers have roots going back to the 12th century in Ireland as itinerant craftsmen, or tinkers. The term tinker referred to their traditional work as tinsmiths, repairing pots and making tinware. They also did other jobs like seasonal farm work, chimney sweeping, and knife sharpening. Over time, tinker became a derogatory slur, much like gypsy is today beyond Ireland. Tinkers became nomadic due to economic necessity, traveling in horse-drawn wagons. Their lifestyle persisted through many generations, but industrialization, urbanization, and changing economies reduced demand for their traditional skills. Travelers have a distinct language called shelter, which is a mix of Irish, English, and other influences. Historically, they were nomadic, although many now live in settled housing or caravans on Irish government-authorized sites. Today, a significant portion live in urban areas, especially Dublin, Galway, and Cork. Bringing it back to my podcast focus on old Irish Boston, travelers are often confused with gypsies or Romani. The two groups are completely different. Massachusetts isn't a primary hub for Romani communities. However, since the late 19th century, Romani, or gypsies, in small numbers came from Eastern Europe. They came to Massachusetts, and particularly to Boston, along with other waves of immigration. Romani groups tended to settle near industrial or port cities, or railroad stations, and areas allowing itinerant trades like metalwork, horse trading, or entertainment. My father told us hair-raising stories of how friends and relatives were scammed by gypsies. One was a home repair scam where gypsies or Irish travelers take large cash payments up front for driveway sealing or paving, but provided no or minimal work and then vanishing scammers. Fortune-telling scams was another of their swindles, according to Dad. Why did Boston have so little gypsy or tinker presence? Boston's Irish Catholic neighborhoods were parish-based and tightly organized, making them less accommodating to nomadic groups. Also, Massachusetts historically enforced anti-vagrancy laws, which discouraged long-term settlement by gypsies or travelers. Another reason was Boston's economy favored factory and dock workers rather than itinerant trades, traditionally associated with both Irish travelers and Romani groups. Boston did not become a major settlement for either group. In New England, Romani families often remained mobile or semi-settled. Romani communities were more commonly found in New York, New Jersey, Chicago, Detroit, and parts of California. Now back to Finbar and the other Fureys. Note, there are no aspersions that the Fureys were involved in any of those nefarious things I mentioned before. The Fureys began in the late 1970s in Dublin. They are known for emotional ballads, strong storytelling, and authentic traditional arrangements. Their music blends Irish history, nationalism, love, and immigration themes. The brothers are very talented, with Finbar playing the uilleann pipes, the tin whistle, and doing vocals. Eddie played the guitar and did vocals also. George playing the fiddle and the flute, and Paul on the bodhrán and the guitar. In 1997, after nearly 30 years as the Fureys' frontman, Finbar decided the time was right to follow his own path as a singer and songwriter. He decided to pursue his solo career and present his definitive one-man show. He wanted new pastures as a singer, producer, and writer. Since then, Finbar Furey has had a significant solo career and has collaborated with the Chieftains, the Dubliners, the Clancy Brothers, and Planxty. He was still performing in 2025. Some of his songs are When You Were Sweet 16, The Old Man, The Green Fields of France, Red Rose Cafe, Leaving Nancy, and this one that I think is very emotional and will move you greatly. I Remember You Singing This Song, Ma, by Finbar Furey. I remember you singing this song, Ma. I remember how you blushed when you smiled. Love has a way of never letting go. Silly teardrops, they're filling my eyes. I remember when Father would sing this old song. He would tease you to sing along. He would sing out of key, just as happy as could be. I wonder if he's teasing you now. I remember the day my mother passed on. My father had gone just a while. I sat in the church and listened to one. From a distance I heard this old song. I wonder if he's teasing you now, Ma. I wonder if he's holding your hand. Love has a way of never letting go. Sure I know you're together somehow. Da-dum-dum, da-dum-dum, da-da. Da-dum-dum, da-dum-dum, da-da. Dum-dum, da-da, dum-dum, da-da. Dum-da-da-dum-da. This is Rod Murphy. Thank you for viewing or listening to my YouTube and podcast episodes. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed them, please hit the subscribe button. Does not cost you anything, and it helps me to grow my audience. Again, my thanks.